Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter that she should leave her pet rat at her mother's home now my girlfriend has moved in? Original post. My male 45 girlfriend, female 45 of 2 years, and I have moved in together. Everything is great, and she gets along very well with my children. At least with my son. I share custody of my 2 children, male 16 and female 15, with my ex-wife, female 40. There is one problem. My girlfriend has phobia for mice, rats, squirrels. In other words, rodents. This is something we all know, and people laugh about it. But it is a serious issue for my girlfriend, who can't even see a picture without starting hyperventilating. My daughter got a rat as a present when she turned 15. She brought it home, and my girlfriend freaked out, and she apparently left the apartment without even noticing that she didn't have her shoes or coat on. I got upset with my daughter, because she knows my girlfriend's fear. I told her that she should leave her pet at her mother's house from now on when she comes here. My daughter got upset and started yelling that my girlfriend is being ridiculous. And me too. Her rat wasn't a problem, so it shouldn't have to be kept at her mom's, and that my girlfriend should move out since she's the one who has the problem with the rat, not the rat with her. I told her that we are family, and family makes compromises. Now she is saying if her rat isn't welcome, then neither is she, and she is planning to stay with her mom until her rat is allowed or my girlfriend moved out. My ex-wife called me to tell me that I'm an a-hole for choosing my girlfriend. I told her she was the a-hole for getting my daughter this present. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top advice before reading the update. Info. Was the gift giver aware of the phobia? Yes, my ex-wife knows that, of course. And I even said that it couldn't come to my place. That was at a birthday party. She knew this before the purchase? It sounds like you told X at a party about the phobia. X knowing beforehand and telling X after purchases are 2 different things. They knew before. Way before. Not the a-hole, but in the eyes of your daughter, logical or not, you've chosen your girlfriend over her, not a rat. If I were in your shoes, I would suggest that your girlfriend seek therapy for her phobia and present this to your daughter. She can't bring the rat, but you and your girlfriend understand how important the animal is to her and are taking steps that foster a comfortable space for everyone. Doesn't matter if she ever gets over her fear enough to let a rat in her house. I think just knowing that you take your daughter's feelings seriously and there is effort being put in will go a long way. I think a great compromise would be to offer to buy her another rat to keep at X's house with her first. OP's daughter is only 15, so obviously this won't always come from a place of logic for her. That's our job as the adults. Rats are social animals and should be kept in pairs or groups regardless, and this could help OP's daughter accept that her rat still has a friend, still has interaction and care, even if she's not that friend in the moment, because she's with OP. Do right by the rat and get it a buddy, because they are extremely social animals and will get really depressed and sad if they are alone. I have 2 pet rats that spent all their time together, and they were so cute and lovable. If they have a companion, then they can be left alone without human interaction and be just fine. Social animals when isolated in captivity can start to self-mutilate and even go so far as to die of depression by hurting themselves/not eating. Get him a buddy, and he should be fine left with his buddy for a few days at a time. And of course, as others have said, to really drive home, hey, this is purely about the rat and not you. I love you to your daughter, and see about talking the girlfriend into therapy for her phobia. I'm afraid of birds, and I've been working on it. Slowly. Now for the edit/update. Yeah, well, like many here anticipated, this whole rat thing was planned on purpose. And I have to say it makes sense, since I never once had the impression that my daughter even liked rats. I was surprised at a birthday party. My girlfriend and I moved in together about 3 weeks ago, and the rat showed up about 10 days ago. I know this now, because I've tried to text my daughter about other suggestions like a second rat, a dog, etc. She has made up her mind. It is her or my girlfriend in the apartment. My son told me all of this. He said that my ex-wife and my daughter have been bashing my girlfriend and calling her a home wrecker. Anyway, my daughter can live with her mother for the time being because, legally speaking, children here can decide which parent they want to live with at her age. The plot twist is that my son expressed desire to move in permanently with me instead, and I guess that it is because of all the drama. My son hates conflicts and confrontations. Of course, ex-wife is now bombarding my phone because she believes that I have put my son up to this because my son said that he will start packing a bigger bag today if I agreed to him moving in permanently. I talked about visiting her instead of living there, and I agreed. This is escalating very fast, and I don't seem to have found the brakes to stop the madness. My suggestions made things worse. Thank you for listening. If any 40-plus divorced parents have any advice on how to resolve this issue, I'm all ears. If it is relevant in any way, I didn't leave my ex. She did. One day, she sat me down without forewarning and told me she wasn't happy anymore and wanted a divorce. Everything went fast afterwards, and we were divorced 6 months later. It was never an affair or anything, but I think she liked someone, but it didn't work. After a few months, she said she regretted it and wanted to reconcile, but I didn't feel right about it. One thing was her finality in her decision, but most importantly, I wasn't in love with her anymore. She suggested us dating again. We were supposed to keep that a secret in case the spark didn't reignite, and we would have built up hope in our kids for nothing, but she probably told them anyway. I started dating my now girlfriend around the same time, and I fell in love with her and ended things with my ex. The odd thing is that she cordially accepted my decision, but apparently she hasn't, and I'm reaping what we sowed now. God, it felt good to vent out here. Thanks again, and again, any 40-plus divorced parents who would want to talk, hit me up. Absolutely not interested in input from 20-year-olds with no experience of parenting. Last story. Am I the a-hole for breaking up my engagement with my fiancé because of her mind games? A bit of backstory. I, 25 male, have been in a relationship with my now fiancé Sarah, 22 female, for 3 years. I work in the sales department and make good money. I support both of us and also pay for her education, but my job is very stressful. She is the daughter of my mother's childhood friend. They always wanted their kids to get married but never pushed us or said anything. But somehow we liked each other and fell in love. After dating for 2 years, I proposed her 1 year ago. We agreed to get married after her graduation. However, Sarah has a bad habit. She likes to play mind games with me and see my reaction. If she doesn't like the reaction, she gets angry or sad. She asks questions like, "Hey, what if I'm unable to have intimacy for the rest of my life and unable to have children? Will you still marry me?" I try to answer emotionally or make her happy, but she always forces me to answer rationally and expects me to be honest. But if I give her a rational answer, she gets mad or sad, saying I only love her because of her body and I only want her for sex. I understand that marriage is not about sex only. Love, trust, patience, intimacy, everything is needed to make a marriage work. Otherwise, it can't last. She makes these fake scenarios, wants me to answer rationally, but gets angry when I do so. She does this once or twice a week. I try to talk to her saying, "Babe, please. I hate these questions." I can understand stupid ones like, "Would you love me if I was a worm?" But these questions are serious, and I can't handle these extra dramas. I really love you, but I just want to relax and spend some quality time with you after work. Recently, she crossed the line. One of my coworkers was badly violated by some drug addicts, and she was in the hospital for a week. The boss gave her PTO for 2 months. She and her husband both broke down emotionally. She's scared to even see a man, and her husband can't tolerate the pain she is in. I took him to a bar a few times, every time he cried because of what happened to her and how he failed to protect her. Their marriage is falling apart. Sarah knew everything about these events. So a few days ago, after I came back from work and was relaxing on a sofa, she came to me, and out of nowhere brought up my coworker's story and asked me, "Babe, will you still love me if I get violated and unable to come close to you for years? Will you still love me?" My answer was yes, I will be there for you. But she kept pushing. Like, what if they made me pregnant? What if they injured my private parts? I was getting more and more annoyed and angry, because that crime is one of the biggest tragedies that can happen to a woman. The horror and terror of it are impossible for a person to imagine. For a partner, it is also horrifying and extremely depressing to see her in such a vulnerable state. But she somehow created this scenario and wants me to give her a rational answer. But I can't, because I never experienced such horror, and I never want to be in that position, and I honestly don't know how I would handle the situation. But she kept testing my patience. After that, I said I was done. I took off my engagement ring and I said I'm done with you. I work 12 hours a day, but I still try to find time to do something for you. I try to buy you flowers, take you out on dates, try to buy everything you ask, cook for you often, and do everything I can to make you happy. All I ask for in return is peace and positive energy. I can't take these games anymore, and I can't apologize every time for some fake scenario you created in your head. I can't handle that extra stress. I walked out of my house. She kept screaming at me and crying loudly. I'm currently staying at my mom's home. She kept calling me and texting me, but I didn't answer. I honestly can't handle her right now. I am tired, stressed, angry, and depressed all at once. Am I the a-hole for breaking up the engagement for this reason? Edit. Thank you guys for all of your kind words. I will keep it in mind moving forward. There will be a family meeting with her family tomorrow. She won't be there, but I want to talk to her family. Her mom and her father already talked to me and apologized, and reassured me they will support my decision if I decided to break up. Both our family have almost 30 years of friendship, and our moms are friends since their teenage years, and they won't let that break because of her. I will update you guys about the meeting. Edit 2. Sorry, I should have added more context and backstory. I wrote this while I was sad and depressed, so I missed a few things. We started our relationship when she was 18 and I was 21, but we knew each other since birth. We were good friends. We played together. I had a crush on her when she was 16, but since she was 3 years younger than me at that time, I didn't tell her. But at her 18th birthday, I confessed, and she said yes. We moved in together after her 20th birthday, and this drama started after that. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Not the a-hole. Getting blasted with endless what-if questions and scenarios is beyond exhausting. It creates an erosion of the trust that was, past tense, in a relationship. This is neurotic behavior on her part. You're not the a-hole for letting her know she's violated a boundary. It's up to you if you want to give her the opportunity to get into therapy and rebuild your relationship. If not, I don't blame you. I already suggested therapy, even couples therapy, but she rejected both. But I knew her since we were kids. As far as I know, she doesn't have any traumatic past either. Please, do not go looking for an excuse for her behavior. She doesn't need one. She has been this way for a long time, but nobody has called her out for it until now. In her mind, this is a normal behavior, and she doesn't need counseling. She's in shock that you reacted as you did. In your defense, these hypothetical what-if questions are impossible to answer as you truly don't know what you do or how you'd respond, unless the situation was actually happening to you. Wishing you all the best. Yes, you are right about that. But I should have added that I asked her mom about this too. She said they never saw Sarah asking these types of questions to anyone at home. My sister said she never does this to any one of her friends. Seems like I'm her only victim. And thank you for your well wishes. Sounds like she's on some TikTok BS. She doesn't have TikTok. Never seen her use it. She still uses an iPhone 6. She passes her time watching movies or series or playing Stardew Valley on her Switch. Not the a-hole. She was fishing for arguments and fights constantly just to get some sort of thrill. And to put you down and punish you for something super hypothetical. Sometimes asking such questions is fine if it's a valid concern. But it seems your fiancé took genuine pleasure out of using your coworker's misery to come up with a messed up what-if scenario to get a rise out of you for her own entertainment. She behaves like a high school teenager that lives off drama and stuff. You clearly told her to stop this nonsense. But she walks all over you, and she has no respect for others than herself. She thinks a tragedy this bad is something to make a game out of. Please run, as far as you can. I tried as much as possible. But these mind games are making me crazy every day. I'm totally done with her BS. You tried to accommodate her by giving her the answer she wanted. Not good enough. You have her the answer she wanted to hear. Not good enough. You ask her to stop. She won't respect that. Please give me an honest answer. Do you think you can take this for 10 years? Can you accept that she will probably do this with any future kids too? She won't stop with her awful behavior towards you. When will she also do it with your family, your kids? Yeah, these things are running on my mind right now. Now for the update. First of all, I want to thank everyone for your amazing love and support. I didn't expect this to get this many responses and attention. I was in a bad situation and wanted some support, but I got more than I could ever expect. So, we finally had that family meeting. Sarah's mom, dad, her aunt, uncles, and grandma all came to my house. Sarah came too, but they told her to stay in the car. We had a long discussion. I explained everything that's been happening about the what-if questions and how she got upset with my answers. They were very supportive. They always treated me like their own son, and today was no different. After I expressed my anger and depression, they said if Sarah could come in because she wanted to say something. They said she was completely broken down and never expected I would actually walk out like this. She didn't eat, showered, or did anything in the last 48 hours. She came in, and it was true. Her eyes were bright red, messy hair, and she was in the same dress I left her in. She cried and wanted to come towards me, but her mom stopped her, and she made her explain why she would do such things and never gone to any therapy or even considered that. I won't bore you with every detail because she was crying and sobbing while speaking. But to summarize, a lot of you were right. She was way too young to get married, and she never really grew out of her childhood friendship. She used to do pranks, throw cold water at me, or say stupid things to embarrass me when we were kids. The reason for those what-if questions was to irritate me, but she never realized her questions turned from stupid stuff to horrifying questions. She never expected me to be this much traumatized by it, because to me, this was a real relationship turning into marriage. But in her mind, she was dating her childhood friend and started to live with him. Both of our parents apologized to me because they were so happy about our relationship that they forgot she might not be ready to be married at all. She is young, and this is her first relationship as well, just like me. After hearing all of this, my anger calmed down a bit, but the damage was already done. And by looking at Sarah, I can say she realized it too. I've never seen her this much broken down ever in my life, but I wasn't ready to go back, and her parents didn't beg or force me either. But she said she was ready to do anything I ask. She will do anything to get me back. This was a wake-up call for her, and she realized what she had done. So I said the marriage is off the table now. First, she needs to go to therapy, and after she's done, we will see if we can give this relationship another chance. She agreed to everything and said she will work hard to make this relationship work because she does not want to lose me. Now, a lot of you may get angry at this decision of mine, but I've given this a deep thought. Because she was always loyal to me. She loved me, cared for me, and did everything a wife does. But the problem was her mind games. But if what she says is true, and I believed it was true since the explanation makes sense, then I want to give this relation another chance too. I want this to work, but this time I will take it very slow. Both of us need to improve. We were going at 100 miles per hour. Now I will just take one step at a time and see if I can make this work. If not, I can always back out. Wish me luck, everyone, and thank you again for your support and love.